Welcome to Tai Chi. Everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at your waist, turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. Keep the arms closer to the head. Force the hips and waist to turn. Peek at the heel of your opposite foot. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful. Shift your weight to the left foot. Kick your right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees with your whole body. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman, opening up your span, parallel feet, choose the right side, cross and sit on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cross and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Golden cockerel, good Tai Chi posture, dropping the shoulders, tucking the butt. Tucking the butt is really important, but I know that you know that, and I know that you implement it right now, but I don't always see you implementing it when you actually do your Tai Chi. So think about that, okay? All right, so tucking your butt allows you to hollow your chest and drop your shoulders and all the rest, okay? Golden cockerel, spiral, counterbalance. Push down, pull up. The higher you want your foot to go, the higher that forward hand comes up. Everything is in coordination. Last one. Gathering the energy, 50-50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And tuck the elbows, spiral out, spiral down, spiral up, spiral out, spiral down, center spiral, disperse the spiral, gather, center, watch it, last one. Holding our ball, out to the side, ward off. Pause, turn hips and waist, bring down the bird's tail, turn, contact, push the energy, separate the energy, roll back, sit down. Pause, then up, and then out. Sit back, sit down, twist. Holding your ball. Out L, forearm the guy. Turn hips and waist, reposition. Bring down the bird's tail. Contact, turn, push. Okay, listen more carefully. And try to change your sit back, sit down, twist step, holding your ball. Step out L, move the energy from the back foot, turn the hips and waist, bottom hand advances, ward off. Push the guy out, but not just flimsily. How do you get that power? That power came from the back foot and through your core. Bow stance, pause. Turn the hips and waist, reposition the hands. Drag down by sitting back, sitting down, turning at the hips and waist. Right hand comes further back, then meets the left or forward hand, then turns the hips and waist, power comes out. Roll back and sit down. Pause, come up and lunge forward powerfully. Sit back, sit down, twist step, center with the ball, store that energy. Out L, forearm, use the core, push them out. Pause. Are you in good Tai Chi posture? The answer can be probably not in my best, but you probably need to fix that posture up. If you're in a martial arts situation, all you need to do is acquire some space, but not give your body a tilt to let you be a prey. Now, turn the hips and waist, reposition the hands as if you're going to pull down that person. How? just a hand and wrist movement. No, your power of your core. You're going to sit down, sit back, get the weight in the back by lifting off the toe of the front. The left hand or back hand goes further back. As it turns, it contacts, the energy pushes from the middle, separates and rolls back, and sit down to push him down. Push him up, push him out. You have to push a guy out. You're not going to use just your fingers and your wrists. You're going to use your core. Sit back, sit down, twist step, center, ball, root down. Okay, you should feel power in that back foot because you're grounded. You're rooted down. Therefore, when we step out on an L, only now the power comes through the sole of our foot, up through our system, out through the tips of our forearm fingers. Turn the hips and waists, reposition the hands, drag him down. Where's that power? Right here, by sitting down, sitting back, turning at the hips and waists to look back. Back hand goes further back, meets up with the left or forward hand, turn at the hips and waists, powers that energy through the middle of the body, rolls back and sits down to push him down. Push him up, push him out. Okay, with that same powerfulness, that's how this movement can be improved. Do it on your own. Test your powers. Sit back, sit down. Test your powers. You should feel strength. You should feel power. Okay, let's move on to closing form. Sit back, sit down, pivot, open pivot, in pivot, embrace first, move the right foot over, turn at the wrist. You're going to cup all that energy, pull it up, bring it closer to you, push him away, use the force of the left wrist to push it out. How do you close? Drop the shoulders, tuck the elbows, flex the knees. Gravity takes you all back home, okay? Watch me now, okay? So what I'm trying to do is trying to standardize the ward off or grasping of the bird's tail. Okay? So you see that if you were to put up your index finger, my spine is probably pretty straight. A lot of times I see people warding off like this, or even warding off like this. The spine went forward. You need to keep that spine straight, otherwise you're practicing to be a victim of a fall or an accident. So whatever it takes for the core to stay erect. You don't want to arch the back, neither do you want to hunch the back, but you want that still the dropping of the shoulders and the good posture of the spine. Once you ward off a person, you are especially aware of the space, because if you ward off too much, everything's going to shift your balance. So it's only a certain amount of space that keeps you straight up. After you pause at that point, you then turn your hips and waists. You don't reach out here to get into the next position. You ward off, turn the hips and waists, then do this. Don't do this, don't do this. Don't do this, but do this. Okay, we are in this position now. We want to get back. So how do we get back? We don't just use our hands and figure it out that that's the way to do it. We leave our hands here. We sit back, we sit down. We sit back, we sit down. That is the power. Sit back, sit down. Turn slightly. Left hand or backhand takes a spiral, meets here, turns here, pushes out from the center. Rolls back and sit down, weighted further down. Then come up with that energy and come out. Still good Tai Chi posture. Sit back, sit down. Why? Because we want to store energy to allow only the weightless foot to pivot. Root down, but store it even more once you're on a T to create a weightless foot. With that energy, we step out, we leave the energy still where it is. We make that energy grow, turn our hips and waist, ward off, just within that space that we need. Pause, turn the hips and waist, then reposition the hands. Still in my bow stance. Sit down, sit back, look back. Backhand comes up higher, then comes down lower, then turn the hips and waist, push the energy through, separate, roll back, sit down. Why? He's still at us. We need the power to push him up, push him out. Okay, I'm going to turn this way because we're going to work a little bit on our closing form. So this is push him out. So if we push him out flimsy like this, it's not going to work. We've got to engage our core. We've got to engage our core in Tai Chi. Sit back, sit down. Bottom matches the top. Pivot out, bottom matches the top. Pivot in, bottom matches the top. We want to close. We want to tuck. We want to embrace the tiger. Right hand is here. Right hand can't be here and like this. It has to be engaged. This is the stuff that's going to keep me more in balance. Once I come here to embrace, I strengthen this grounded foot so that I can create a weightless foot to move it in. Turn the wrist this way. I still have power in both of my feet. I bring that energy up as if to bring up the tiger. Chest level, I then push the tiger slightly in to create the energy that I need in my left arm, not necessarily just my wrist, to push. So you need to get that contact to push it out. Separate, make myself small. Drop my shoulder, flex my knee, tuck my elbow. Gravity takes me down, wrap around, shift the weight, toe. Okay, all right. Let's start with our right grasping of the bird's tail. On a T stance, be aware of where your energy is stored and how much you can store. The more you can store your energy, the more you're able to use your core. Okay? Right hand on the bottom, right foot ready to go, T stance, storing the energy. Step out on an L, move the energy, turn the hips and waist, bottom hand gets ready to forearm. And ask yourself, am I in good Tai Chi posture? I'm following my forward hand. Pause there, turn the hips and waist, don't do anything with your hands until now. Now, how are we gonna sit back and sit down? Sit back, sit down. Don't move your hands. Backhand is higher and further back. Contact, no energy expended. Turn at the hips and waist, energy expended, middle of the body, push out. Separate, roll back, sit down, root down. Push him up. Leave the energy to push him out. All the way out, okay? But don't keep your Tai Chi posture. Sit back, sit down, twist step, center with the ball. root down, storing that energy, step out, L, move the energy, turn the hips and waist, bottom hand advances, forearm, just what you need, just the space you need. Turn the hips and waist, then reposition your hands. Sit down, sit back. Slightly turn at the hips and waist to look back. Back hand or right hand comes and contacts. Turn again at the hips and waist, push from the middle. Separate the energy, roll back, push him down. That means you have to lower yourself. Then to power to come up and then out. Sit back, sit down, twist, open pivot, still good Tai Chi posture. In pivot, embrace, root down on the left to allow the weightless right to come in, turn at the wrists, then pull that energy and tiger up, push him slightly closer, power of the left pushes out the right, palms are down, make yourself small. Drop the shoulders, flex the knees, tuck the elbow, gravity takes you back home, okay? Let's do the 10 form now, okay? Commencing form. Use your core. Pulse the monkey. Try not to use your hands, use your mind, use your core. Set it up correctly for brush knee. Create your spirals. Use the power of your hips and waist. Sit back, twist, set it up. L, turn the hips and waist, hands go for the ride, good Tai Chi posture. Sit back, twist, balls for centering. Out L, part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, twist, center ball, out L, move the energy, turn the hips and waist, bottom hand advances, part the wild horse's mane. Flip the forward hand, join it with the back. Sit back, sit down, twist 12 o'clock. Pivot out 9 o'clock. Two things happen. Use your hips and waist. 3 o'clock, two things happen. Use your hips and waist. One thing happens. Two things happen, 3. Make sure you're engaging your core. Make sure you're using your hips and waist. 3 o'clock, turn yourself at 12. The golden cockerel. And another. Gather the energy, center the energy, ground down, follow the energy, center it, dispense it, holding your ball, make it better, out and to the side L, move the energy, turn the hips and waist, bottom hand advances, forearms, pause, reposition, use your core, use the power, contact, turn, middle, push, separate, roll back, sit down, get more powerful. Sit back, sit down, twist, center, out, give me my space, that's all I need, do not get out of Tai Chi posture. Turn hips and waist. Sit down, sit back, turn at the waist slightly, contact, turn, push, separate, roll back, push them down, sit back, sit down, twist, pivot open, pivot in, embrace, move over, rotate, bring them up, bring it in, push it out. Drop the shoulders, tuck the elbows, flex the knees. Do not hold back gravity as you now close your forearm. Okay? So now, hopefully, you felt that the energy that you store and the shifting and shifting of weight helps you with your movement. So that same feeling that you've gained should color all of your movements. Okay, so I'm not sure that you, through just this morning's movement, you've gained what I feel is the most important about Tai Chi. You could, and I will check when I see the video. But there's lots of work to be done. We know maybe the sequence, but we need to refine our movement so that whatever we refine and can acquire a little bit more is just going to benefit us. Okay? So we don't want to come to a point to say, I'm satisfied, I can do the 24 and I really enjoy it. But the benefits come a little bit more if you give it more attention as to how your body is really performing the motions, whether it's just a hand motion, okay? We want to get away from that. All right.
I'm going to go over one thing which I find useful. You know, if you read the different ideas and for instance, we keep harping on Yang Cheng Fu's 10 essentials, but the other masters have expounded on their essentials. And all of them revolve around a certain, I guess, central ideas of Tai Chi. And so that different forms, no matter what form, they try to adhere to the same idea. But for us, I don't know how to read Chinese, so the thing is translated, and we read it. And at least for me, sometimes the words go in and the words come out. And it takes time, at least took time for me, and I still work at it. What are they really saying? In their words, how does it translate to how our bodies are moving? I would say that the students at this level should pay more attention to what they are saying and try to see, now they're talking, but am I really? Is there any place that I can see that I am applying it or should be applying what they're saying? I think that gets you to, I think, maybe a higher level of understanding of Tai Chi and some of the aims. And it functions both in terms of mental as well as physical. So I would, again, ask you to go back and read. Or you can look at her online and you'll see them listed, at least the 10 essentials of Yang Cheng Fu. Others are not listed, but you can go online and look for some of the essentials of Tai Chi to help you maybe even try to look up the history of Tai Chi. And you will see the different guys that show up and the different families. And then go in online and go and look online and try to get some kind of discussion of the different schools of Tai Chi. And you will read, and as you read, you'll see that they're all dancing around the same central ideas. They each has their little variation, but do so. One example is, you say, well, what's Tai Chi posture? Okay, Tai Chi posture, we tell you, well, you stand here and you sort of roll your shoulders forward and you cave in your chest and you stick your butt in, you keep your head elevated, and you try to stay a little loose like a rag doll, put your tongue to your palate, that sort of stuff. But one of the applications that I find is that, and they talk about centralizing to the dantian. And I may have mentioned it last week, but one method as you go from pose to pose, the aim in each pose from a Western standpoint is when you get into a substantial position, you should be in an area of optimum orientation, okay? Optimum orientation of your just physical orientation. Optimum in that it's minimum amount of energy to maintain that pose. Not no energy, otherwise it'd be flat on the ground. And common to, I think, most, if not all of those postures, those substantial positions, is that you are focusing how is your foot planted on the ground? Where is your dantian? Is it out here and I'm planted over here, or is it lined up? And is my head this way, or is it this way, or is it just straight down? And if you get into that position from a practical standpoint, you are adhering to a significant portion of Tai Chi posture. If you kept your butt in and your shoulders slope, but your back is elevated, head is in the right position, here, 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 you're just here, right? Or you're here, 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 okay? Or if you're doing the bow stance, you're on both legs, but most of it is here. So to some degree, if your back is straight, butt's down, head's not a liability, everything's going down, you're more so pushing the weight down on this leg. Not entirely, because the both stance is not supposed to be that. We should be 70, 30, 60, 40, something more weight toward the front. But you can almost relax, almost relax. And then you say, well, I don't want to stay here. Going this way. Almost relax. Okay, so try to think feet, dantian, my head. Okay, so practice that when you do. Think about that. Think about the literature and how it may give you hints on how to apply the thing physically. And one of the things I was trying to tell you today is, I think, an application of some of the verbiage that has been put out there.
See if we can apply the use of the core, the stacking, the alignment of our dantian points, and do the 24. And as we're doing it, I'm going to take a slower pace, of course, and I'm going to try to give you a self-check, like, okay, is this engaged or this not? Are you doing it in good Tai Chi posture? Okay, so 24, dropping the shoulder, feeling grounded, good thoughts. Commencing form, shift weight, heavier on the right, open, equally weighted, rotate, drop the water, engage the core right away, push down, flex knees, drop shoulder. T-stance, good Tai Chi posture, weight it down, step out, move the energy, bottom hand, turn the hips and waist, part the wild horse's mane, keep your fingers up at eye level. What about that right hand? Is it holding a ball or is it gone to sleep? Sit back and sit down, storing the energy on the back, way down. Twist out. Now shift your weight, hold your ball. You don't want to make your ball too soon. Step out, move the energy, turn the hips and waist, bottom hand advances out to the eye level now, okay? A lot of us are curling up. Sit back, sit down, weight out, weigh heavily on the back. Out, now form ball, out with the heel. Move the energy, then turn the hips and waist, bottom hand advances. Final parting of the wild horse's mane. Half step, then form your ball. Spin the ball, sit back. Allows you to rock the front to the toe. Watch that advancing right hand go up, lift off the ground, the left, point it out. Parameters of white crane. Now, you can sit back a little further down. That's the posture, not up. Drop the front foot, tuck the elbow, then bisect to the danten. Start to swirl back as you look back. Right hand is higher. Don't be in any rush. 3 things happen. Here we go. Ear, hand, heel. Now turn the hips and waist. Power of the hips and waist brushes your knee. Sit back, sit down, all the way back, down. Twist out, then set it up. Step out. Bottom hand advances to brush your knee. Sit back, sit down, all the way down, twist out. Right hand higher, shift to weight, set it up, brush knee, final. Half step, sit back, rock the front, reposition hands on your heel. You're centered, weight on the back, heavily on the back. Left hand left in the center, right hand rises up, and you're glancing at the right hand. Weight on the back to allow the front foot to now lift off ear, lift, toe, heel, pivot to the center, pull back as you repulse 1. And then the front hand now, the fingers should be at eye level, not so farther down. Weight is still on the back on a zigzag. You're on the toe of your front. Open, follow, and all together, zigzag it, unzigzag, repulse 2. Center, open, glance, lead with the toe, all together, meet, repulse 3. Center, then glance, lead with the toe, all together, zigzag, unzigzag, 4. As you turn, you form your ball all together with a T stance. Step out. Flat of the foot moves the energy. What we practice, forearm. Good Tai Chi posture. Pause, turn, reposition, sit down, sit back, slightly turn at the hips and waist. Back hand meets the front, turn at the hips and waist, pushes the energy, separates the energy and rolls back and pushes him down. Lower yourself, then up, then out. Sit back, sit down, twist, round out, T and ball together. Step out, move the energy, turn the hips and waist, bottom hand advances, forearm. Pause, turn, reposition, sit down, sit back, turn, contact, turn, middle push. Separate, roll back, push him down, lower yourself, then up, then out. Sit back, sit down, twist, 12 o'clock. Spin out to the 9. Come back to the 12, hook, T, sweep across, turn the wrist out, single whip, push out, bow stance, sit back, sit down, twist, 12, 3, middle, hips and waist, hands do not move, only because they're connected, 1 rotation, second rotation. Third cloud hand. Hook, T across, turn the wrist out, push out, single whip. Bow stance. Half step, sit back. Weight on the back allows you to rock, up with the front, pat your horse right in front of you. Cross as if you were to jab the guy. Step out with your right heel, palms down. Gather the energy, center the energy right on the hand on the out. Kick out and follow in. Tuck the elbows, step out, L stance, bow stance. Do the fists fit the guy's ears. Sit back, open up, pivot on the heel, all the way around, left hand outside, left foot coming up, kick out, left on an angle, not a straightaway, hook, look at it, stack yourself, come down, halfway, turn, swing out, set, pivot to the left, come up, golden cockerel. Toe, spin, hook, look, split, down, spin out, adjust the back foot, spin out again, golden cockerel, heel, ball, heel spin, flip on the forehead, put the shuttlecock to the right, sit back, slightly out, hold your ball, left heel, spin the left, forehead, flip, shuttle there. Half step to the back, set up the right hand, sweep down, go to the bottom. One hand comes up, two hands come up, then your foot, stretch out the knee, heel out, flash arms with your upper body. Sit back, sit down, twist, fist, change places, spin out to deflect, turn that wrist into parry, then follow up with a punch, strip the guy off, open the fingers, roll back and push him down, store the energy, push him up, push him out. Good Tai Chi posture. Sit back, sit down, twist, open pivot, in pivot, embrace, move over, turn the wrist, gather the energy, pull him up, bring him closer, push him out. Drop the shoulders, flex the knees, tuck the elbows in as you obey gravity to close your form. Okay, let's start forward. Golden cockerel standing on its right. Heel down, hold your ball. Shift the weight, heel out, bottom hand or right hand starts to go up. It flips as you then shuttlecock it right there, putting the shuttlecock right there. This guy, so watch first, down, shift weight, ball, heel, bottom hand, right, right. As you turn your hips and waist, this flips, this places it there at the same time. But in my words, it seems like one goes before the other. Slightly pivot out, you're still on a zigzag. You hold your ball, heel and hand, turn the ball, turn the hips and waist, shuttles right there. Sit back, sit down. Oh, am I wrong? Wrong way, yeah? No, shuttlecock right there. Okay, then half step to the back. The left hand takes this and the right hand takes this. So, what side was I on? This way, yeah? Half step to the back, cross the hips and waist, down like this. One hand, two hands, because you need that strength or the centering. Three things, heel, then when the energy starts to flare, then the arms come out. So watch again. I think Golden Cockerel was here. Okay, here, here, ball, here, shuttle, here, sit back, out, ball, spin, Turn hips there. Half step across, down. One hand, two hands, foot, stretch the knee, out this way. Out this way. Sit back, twist, hide the fist, spin out to deflect, bring that hand back as you then parry and then punch. How can we do that so that you can see maybe forward, okay? Forward, and then you can't see once we start to flash arms. But let's just work up to that point. All right, so we are what? Down here, and up this way, right? Golden cockerel, right? Heel, I think so, okay. Actually, let's try it this way. Slant to the right, right golden cockerel. Heel out, hold your ball. Heel out, spin the ball, flip and push. Sit back, sit down, pivot slightly out, hold your ball. Heel, spin the ball. As it goes to your forehead, turn the hips and waist. Actually, a little earlier. Sit back, sit down, drill, spin, pivot out, spin the ball. Maiden on her right. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, hold your ball, spin the ball, heel. As it goes to the forehead, turn the hips and waist there. Sit back, sit down, slightly pivot out, hold your ball, heel out, spin the ball, place it there, flip the up hand, twist, sit back, twist out, hold ball, heel, turn the hips and waist, flip there. Sit back, sit down, slightly out, hold the ball, heel, spin the ball, right there. We're gonna get ready for needles. Sit back, sit down, twist out, hold ball, spin ball, maiden right there. All right, how do we take a half step? Half step with our toe. Left hand swipes to the right heel, and this is how you should be. You had already come down on the back foot. 3 or 4 things happen. You're going to lift and come down. What are we going to do? Set it up. Weight is on the back, because weight has to be on the back because we have to lift this guy up. We have to lift this guy up, we have to start to go down, and we have to give ourselves a balance. What do we do with this left hand? We swipe across here, as if to brush our knee, as if to push the guy away. But this guy on the top starts to go down this way, so this guy goes down this way. How? 2 things. Okay? Not this way, but on a slant. On a slant. But what about this guy? It's weightless. So we can now lift him off and come down. Again, set it up, lift it off and come down. Again, set it up, lift it off and come down. 1 hand comes up, 2 hands come up, then your foot, stretch out the knee so it's straight, heel out, flash arms. One more time. Okay? Okay? Left foot forward, left hand to the right, right hand going down on a slant, on an angle, rather than taking us down, okay? So on a slant, 3 things happen. The hand comes down, the left hand comes from the right, comes to the left, and this guy comes up to come down, okay? So we know that we're safe because our right foot is 45 degrees and it's grounding ourselves. It's giving us the obeying of gravity, okay? So we don't want to come in real close, neither do we want to stay real far apart because then it'll tax our whole system, okay? So bring the left hand like this, Bring the left hand like this. Set the right hand like this. Set the right hand like this. Set the foot like this. Practice this. Practice this. Okay? Set it up. Are you like me? Weight on the back. We're going to lift, swipe, down. What are we going to do? Set it up. Lift, swipe, down. One hand comes up. Left hand is joining it and touching. Left foot comes up. Out, heel, flash arms. Okay? Let's do it all. Set it up. All together. Lift, swipe down. One hand, two hands, foot, stretch, out, flash arms. Okay? Study yourself. We're going to reposition ourselves, okay? So you know what is front forward, the left foot is forward, you know the left hand is forward, the right foot and hand are back, okay? Turn towards the field, and you say, left foot forward, left hand forward, right foot back, right hand back. Flash arms like a fan, flash arms like a fan. Sit back, sit down. Twist step. Fist the right, exchange the places. Flip, am I doing it right? Flip out to deflect. Bring it in. Start your parry. Left foot heel comes out to punch. Strip the guy off. Open the fingers. Roll back, shoulder width away. Push him down. Pause. Push him up. Push him out. All right, steady yourself, okay? I'm going to reposition you. Left foot forward, push him out, okay? To the field, left foot forward, push him out. Sit back, sit down. Pivot. One sweep up. Deflect to the right. Bring that fist in as you parry, and then punch. Touch and strip the guy off, open the hands, fingers. Roll back and push him down, palms are down. Pause, push him up, push him out. Okay, I get to watch your closing form. Sit back, sit down. Twist step, open step, in step, embrace, move the weight over, open the fists to gather that energy, bring it up to your shoulder, chest rather, bring him in, push him out, separate, drop the shoulders, flex the knees, wrap around, heel up, off the ground, toe down, heel down. Okay, good. All right, so I have to practice that. That needle of the bottom of the sea once you get it, it fits our needs. It's logical, okay? So let's see what we did. We did a golden cockerel. We did a golden cockerel. We did a golden cockerel. Heel, hold your ball. Heel out, spin the ball. Turn the hips and waist, shuttlecock there. Sit back, slightly pivot out. Ball for better balance. Heel spin. Turn the hips and waist, shuttle there. Half step to the back, across the hips and waist, set it up, go down. One hand, two hands, then your foot, stretch the knee, and flare out, flash arms. Sit back, sit down, twist step, fist, change the position, step out to kick and deflect. Bring that punch in closer to you, parry out, punch through, punch through, punch through, punch through. Strip the guy off, open the fingers, shoulder width, bring him back, push him down, push him up, push him out, push him out. Sit back, sit down, twist, open, in, embrace, move over, rotate the wrists, bring him up, bring him in, bring him out. So once you contacted on the embracing of the tiger, you never let, once you embrace the tiger, you never ever separate your wrists. So the problem could stem from embracing where you say, oh, I know, it's always right inside. But there is no centering because you're keeping your wrists apart, which is incorrect. So when you come up this way, they're going to say, you're going to ask me, what? I don't feel any pressure from my left wrist pushing because it was supposed to have been established right here, right here. Then open, bring him up, bring him in, push him out, and what? I should physically see you drop your shoulders, tuck your elbows, and come down. So when I turned at a glance and I saw you closing your form, you were like this. But I didn't see very much of the core going down. So what is it saying? Maybe you felt like you did, but it was merely as a viewer that it was a hand motion. So let that be that, who I described, be you. And then you say, what is teacher saying? She's saying that for me to gain the benefits of Tai Chi, I need to engage my core. I cannot constantly just use my forearm or upper arm, but it's something that is generated from our warm-ups this way. Drop the shoulders, flex the knee. Everything is making you heavier, but once you decide that, oh, I know how to close my forearm, all I do is this, you don't feel the shifting of weight of bringing you back home of obeying gravity. And why? I know you're not, because I don't even see any of your knees being flexed, okay? So think about that and then try to apply it.
You may end up do this, but if you spiral, what happens when you drop down? Where's the power? If you're spiraling, which way is the energy going? You went out, you bring it back in, you're going to go right back. So 2 spirals come out, and they drop down. Okay, so that's in your mind you can say, I am going to center my energy. I come out this way, out, but I'm going to center my energy. So, of course, we don't spiral in an exaggerated way, but you do it in a very subtle way. Yeah?
Okay, good. All right, lots to work on, even for ourselves. But, believe in yourself, because you've gained a lot, and then just try to remember the first day that you came into Tai Chi and now. So there is a big progress, but let that progress continue, okay? Good job. Okay, see you next time.